Good morning. So,
Recording in progress.
good morning, everyone. Again, the subject that I am assigned to discuss you with is fire technology and arson investigation. So, this fire technology and arson investigation is included in your CDI subject, or criminal investigation and detection area of your subject. Okay. So, moving on. The scope of criminology board examination, again, to be reminded, is that we have 6 subject areas. Okay, this includes criminal law and jurisprudence, law enforcement administration, criminalistics, criminal investigation and detection, criminal sociology, and correctional administration. Okay, so of these 6 subject areas, they will be dividing this into 3 days. So these 3 days will be composed of 2 subject or 2 areas per day. So for your first day of your board examination, you will be having subjects that covers the criminal law and jurisprudence, which is 20% of the board examination. So again, included here are the following subjects, no, sa ating criminal law book 1 and then book 2. So you will all be taking your board examination. So ang unang papasok pag sinabi nilang criminal law book 1 is that uh, you should be able to remember the stages of crime commission, no. We have there the attempted, we have there the frustrated, and we have here the consummated. What else for criminal law book 1? Okay, when they say criminal law book 1, always remember here the Jumaa. So we have mentioned Jumaa is the acronym for the justifying, exempting, mitigating, alternative, at aggravating natin. Okay? What else for criminal law book 1? Okay, criminal law book 1, we have there the means of committing crime, ano? How do you commit crime? Okay, by dolo or culpa, by deceit, okay, or negligence. And then for criminal law book 2, meron tayo diyan, these are the the list of crimes and penalties. No, nandito nakalista yung what are the crimes, okay? What are the penalties for each crime? Kaya nga during your undergraduate studies is that you everyone or almost all of your teachers tries to excuse me, try to let you memorize, okay, or required you memorize what are the elements of each crime. Okay, you remember what is the definition of criminal law book, criminal law also, by the way. Dapat alam niyo ang definition ng criminal law. So again, criminal law is a branch or division of law that defines crime, treats of the nature, and provides punishment. Defines crime, no? Sabi niya dyan, what are the crimes? Okay. Ano yung mga crimes natin? That's why you memorize the elements. Okay. Your teacher tried to let you memorize the elements. Treats of their nature. Meaning to say, what happen if I surrender? Anong mangyayari if it is committed by group of people? What will happen if it is the crime is committed in nocturnity or during night time, by band or by group of people? Okay? And ang last niya, criminal law, is it provides for their punishment. No? It provides for their punishment. That's why doon sa inyong criminal law book 2, pinapamemorize sa inyo ang elements, and then after the elements, they let you see what could be the equivalent punishment. What else for criminal law and jurisprudence? You will be discussing here. Okay? Rule 110 to 127. So what is again Rule 110? Ano ulit yung Rule 110 natin na ito? This Rule 110 is the institution of criminal action, no? Okay, this is the institution of criminal action. So in this rule 110, you have here arrest already. Okay, you have here arrest, okay, up to 127 on the rules of court. Okay. Kaya nga ang dinidiscuss niyo what are the things na dapat niyo natatandaan pag sinabing criminal procedure agad. This is how you will process the person. Okay? This is how you will process the person. Procedure, it says here, procedure. Okay? How will you process the person? From the time he is just a suspect, or from the time he was just arrested. Okay? How many pillars do we have? By the way, gentlemen and ladies, we have 5 pillars. No? We have 5 pillars, and of those 5 pillars, okay, you have the law enforcement, prosecution, court correction, and then community. What's the proper term that we use if the person is under the law enforcement pillar? Okay? We legally term them as suspect. No? So, hindi matatapos doon yung criminal procedure kasi hindi natin sinabi na suspect procedure. We did not mention it as suspect procedure. Okay? Pag yan ay nasa prosecution pillar, if he is already at the prosecution pillar, how do we call him? Okay? We call him legally as respondent. Okay? From the word respond, that the person will be required to respond on the allegations against him or her. No? Pero hindi doon natatapos ang criminal procedure natin kasi hindi pa tinatawag na criminal yung tao during that time. Remember, says here, criminal procedure, how will you process the person? No? So, respondent pa lang siya sa pangalawang pilar. Sa pangatlong pilar, ano siya? Okay? He is what you call as an accused. We call the person accused. So, the procedure of the person does not stop there pa. Okay? If he is already at the court, he is just called as accused. Then if he is already at the correction pillar, doon natin sinasabi na criminal yung tao. If you are the correction expert people, okay, they call it as per PDL, persons deprived of liberty. No? But for our case, for board purposes examination, yung makikita nyo, no, criminal procedure, we will process the person. Ipoproseso natin yung isang tao. It starts from Rule 110 to 127. Rule 110, magmula inarrest yung isang tao, okay, until the time he or she becomes a criminal. Guilty beyond reasonable doubt in cases of criminal. Just in case, sabi natin that is a criminal case. Okay, next. You likewise have here criminal procedure. Criminal evidence. No? For criminal evidence, that is Rule 1 to 8 to Rule 134 on the rules of court. So, those who are preparing for board examination, just you should be able to you should be able to define what is evidence, di ba? It is a means sanctioned by the rules of court in ascertaining the truth respecting the matter of fact. Ito yung pamamaraan ng korte para malaman alin ang totoo, ano ang totoo. Okay? It's a means sanctioned by the rules of court in ascertaining, in knowing the truth. Okay? That is criminal evidence. Okay? What are the exemptions of evidence? You should be able to identify those. Okay? What are the general rules and exemptions in the application of evidence in court presentation? Next is the practice court. No? Sa practice court natin, you have here the clerk of court. What is the work of the clerk of court? Court bailiff. Okay? Court administrators. Okay? Sino yung nasa harap ng judge? The stenographer. What is the work of the aside from the stenographer, the interpreter and the like? No? Next one is the special penal laws. Okay? Special penal laws. We have there the have here the revised. Yan, meron tayo nung ano dito, no? Meron tayo dito nung Republic Act, okay? RA. Ah, nag-i-echo, no? Okay. Going back. Yan, okay na. So, going back, gentlemen and ladies, is that dun sa special penal laws natin, SPL. Okay, marami tayong special penal laws. Okay? Starting from, of course, the batas pambansa. Anything that is batas pambansa are the laws during the time of Marcos, maybe. Usually, hindi maybe. And then we have the Commonwealth Act during the time of Manuel L. Quezon. Okay, those are acts. Marami tayong acts natin. Okay? And then the revised Republic Acts, that those are the laws enacted already when the time the Philippines is already a republic. Okay. So sa pangalawang araw, moving on, okay, you have the Law Enforcement Administration, okay, LEA, that you have their police organization and administration. So agad-agad pag sa police organization administration, tatandaan natin dyan the word police. Where did the word police came from? Saan ang galing yung salitang police? No? Where did the word police started? So this started in England, ancient England. The word politia, policer, dyan ang galing yung police natin when we talk about the etymology of the police. Of course, organization, no? You will remember here the organization. What is the organizational structure of the Philippine National Police, okay, or of certain police organization, okay. In our case, the Philippine National Police, who is the highest down to the lowest person, police officers, ranking system, okay. You remember there. Administration and police personnel management. On police personnel management and its administration, you remember here the process and procedures, no? Process and procedures, meaning to say, dapat natatandaan nyo agad dyan yung from the time you apply. Okay? So, papasok dyan sa Section 14 of Republic Act 8551. What are the 10 general requirements for the application or if you want to apply in the field or in the tri-bureau? Okay? Age, waiver, age, height, weight, education, the waiver system. Lateral entry. Yan. Lateral entry, after lateral entry is the promotion. After promotion is attrition or assignment muna. Okay? Then promotion, attrition, and then retirement. So, yan ang pag-uusapan niya. From the time you become a police officer, pagpasok mo bilang isang police hanggang sa ikaw ay mag-retire. No, yan ang personnel management natin. Police operational planning, of course, plans, operational plans, okay, strategic, specific plans, yan, lagi lumalabas yan. Okay, police patrol operations and police communication system. Okay, the best type of patrol in cases of, or let's say for example, just like Divisoria, sasabihin dyan, just like Baclaran, or what is the best patrol to be administered by the police officer there. Okay, in cases of rescue operations, what will be the best type, okay, ang gagamitin natin. And then police intelligence, of course, for police intelligence and secret service, okay, you will be you should remember here the intelligence, the cycle of intelligence, what is the cycle of intelligence. For industrial security management, Republic Act 5487. Republic Act 5487 tells us something about the regulating of the practice of private or the security agency in the Philippines. Okay? So, yan ay industrial security management. Sa comparative police system naman, of course, what are the systems introduced and being used by other countries, and then compare it to the Philippines. Okay? For the board purposes examination, usually is that they ask for the equivalent rank. Okay, what is the equivalent rank for a police officer 1, police officer 2, and then going down. Okay. That's the first day of your board examination, no? That's why gentlemen, ladies, it's very important that on the first day of your board examination, you should be able to prepare. As you can see, that on the first day of your board examination, 40% already, no? 40% already of the 100% has been consumed on the first day itself. Yan. Ganun ka-importante yung unang araw ng board examination nyo. Ito, dito tayo kumukuha. Dito dapat kayo kumuha ng mga buwelo. Ano? Buwelo para sa board exams ninyo. Okay? On the second day of your board examination, of course, you have the 20% of criminalistics likewise. Okay? So, you have dactyloscopy, photography, ballistics, okay? QD, polygraphy, chemistry, and legal medicine. In here, you have a lot of names. Okay? You have a lot of names in the criminalistics, such as the father, or they will ask you the grandfather muna. Magsisimula pa muna sa grandfather of dactyloscopy. No? Actually, bago mag-dactyloscopy, may father of personal identification pa tayo. No? Meron pa tayo si Alphonse Bertillon. Then dito papasok si grandfather of dactyloscopy, si Johannes Marcelo Malpighi. I'm sorry, it's Marcelo Malpighi in his Malpighian layer. Okay, and then after that, we have the father of dactyloscopy, which is Johannes Evangelista Perkinji. Then darating na naman yung modern father of personal identification in the name of Edward Richard Henry. Sa photography na naman, andyan na naman si William Herschel, William Fox Talbot. Okay? For forensic ballistics, you have there Calvin Goddard. QD is that you have there the Father Albert Osborne. Polygraphy, okay? Polygraphy killer. Okay? Forensic chemistry, Hippocrates or Paulo Saquias, legal medicine. No? Those are the things dapat natatandaan agad natin dyan. And of course, the topic for today that we are trying to discuss is on the second day of your board examination, which is included in the criminal investigation and detection area. Okay? So, fundamentals of investigation. Move on. Yan. So, kasama ang didiscuss natin ngayon, which is fire technology and arson investigation. So, fire technology and arson investigation is again under or belongs to the CDI area. Second day of your board examination. So, to start formally is that we have two major areas. Okay? We have two major areas of the two major areas that is our concern or very concerned for this discussion. Okay, so we have, gentlemen, here the basics of fire. Okay, we will be discussing here the basics of fire. Okay, so on the basics of fire, we will be having the discussion on the definition of fire triangle and then fire tetrahedron. No? The fire causes. Okay, what are the causes of fire? Production. Okay, and then prevention of fire. Right, moving on. So, fire technology in arson investigation. Fire technology in arson investigation in its basic. Okay? So, I am trying to check. Narinig po ako. Can everyone
Yes,
hear me?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, let us move on to the first topic that we will be discussing. Of course, we need first to define fire, or we need to review what is fire. I understand you all are already knowledgeable of these things, no? Uh, that's why it is called review. Okay, that's why we call it review from the word re, meaning to say again. Okay, we try to learn them again. We try to study them again. We try to analyze them again. We try to read topics again that is related, of course, sa fire technology, arson investigation. Okay, so I already presume that for your undergrad that you have prepared, imagine you have 4 months to prepare for for your undergrad, and now here comes everyone trying to review only, okay, no, trying to review only this topic for only 8 hours, or at the least 6 hours, no? So I presume na lahat na kayo ay naiintindihan itong bagay na ito. Okay? And then this is will be just a part of your review. Okay? So fire in its general sense, it says here, it in its general sense, it is the heat and light that comes from a burning substances. Of course, from a simple definition of a simple person, pag sinabi nating sunog or apoy, okay, ay mainit. Okay, nakakaramdaman ka ng init at may ilaw. Okay, doon sa nasusunog na bagay. Okay. Generally, what you can see on the fire is that there is heat. That's why we will study heat transfer. Maybe this morning or on the afternoon of this session, we have the discussion on how is heat being transferred, no? And then light, of course. One of the uh, one of the work of an investigator, or yes, fire scene investigator, is that he should be able to identify the color. What could be color of the smoke, or the of course the light. Okay, why? Why is it important for us to know the heat or the light or the color of the smoke? Okay, sometimes it tells us the the matters being burned, or the things being burned in the burning area, no? So pag puti ang usok kaya ay ano ba ang ibig sabihin? Pag masyadong maitim ang usok ay ano ibig sabihin? No? That's the importance of knowing the color of the smoke, or the color of the flame sometimes is important. Okay? So, that is fire in its general sense. May init at may ilaw tayong nakikita. Okay? For chemist, okay? Sa mga chemist teachers natin, or for criminologists, may sarili silang definition dyan. They define fire as the reaction that involves occurring between combustible matter and oxidizer, causing a substance to burn, no? So pagka scientific ang gusto nyong definition ng fire, this is the reaction. Okay, it means to say the combination, any form of reaction that involves, okay, that includes the reaction between the combustible matter. Okay, when you cannot say you cannot find any word that talks about combustible matter, this is your fuel, no? This is the fuel, and then the oxidizer, okay, or the oxygen causing the substance to burn, no? So if the chemist will tell us, okay, fire is just the combination of the fuel and then the oxygen, okay, chemically processing themselves so that it will burn, okay, or the combustible matter and then the oxidizer. Okay, remember, gentlemen and ladies, is burning is just the same as combustion. So when we talk about burning, we're trying to combust something. We're trying to burn something. All right. Question number 1. Okay. Who is this French scientist who claimed that fire is the result of the combination between oxygen and substances? So sabi mo, sir, kanina is that when you say fire, this is just the combining o combination ng ating fuel at saka oxygen, or the combustible matter and oxidizer. Now, who is this famous person who told us or who was able to discuss on the ano to, on the combination of oxygen and combustible matter? Sabi niya is what you call as fire. Okay? So almost says here, it says there French, di ba? Even if you do not know who is this person, with the description itself telling it is a French, so maghanap tayo ng parang French, di ba? You look for a name that looks like a French. So is Andros Pyra, okay, a French name. Okay, is it Anton Lavasseur, which is a French scientist? Okay, is it Jimmy Martinez? Do you think it's a French name? Anders Celsius, do you think it's a French name? Or Albert Rankin, it's a French name? Okay, so the answer here, gentlemen and ladies, is letter B, bravo, no? So Albert Rankin is the person who invented, okay, the measurement of heat, or the measurement of the temperature scales. It's just the same as under Celsius, in degrees Celsius ang kanya. Okay? Jimmy Martinez is your speaker today. No? So it's not me who told the combination of oxygen and combustible matter is fire. Si Anton po yan. All right. So remember him. In 1777, he is a French chemist who proved, okay, who tries to experiment that when he burns something, or when you burn something, pag nagsunog tayo ng isang bagay, is that this is just the rapid union, mabilis na reaction. Kaya nga sabi niya, it's just the chemical reaction of the oxidizer or oxygen and other substances. When you speak of other substances on the triangle of fire, this is your combustible matter and of course the heat. Ano? So another name that is important in knowing that's related to this subject is John Walker. Okay? John Walker is the English pharmacist who invented the match, no? Yung ating posporo. Okay? Yung ating posporo. Okay? That he put the mixture of antimony sulfide and potassium chlorate doon sa and then try to put a spark, di ba? When you try to burn or try to ignite something. Okay? So John Walker. Another person who is important is Thomas Alva Edison. Okay? For Thomas Alva Edison, okay, he was this person who was able to invent the filament. Okay? O yung makikita nyo doon sa umiilaw na bumbilya. I'm sorry. Yung sa part ng bumbilya natin na yun nandun sa loob, that is the filament. That it on specific parts of the bulb, ito yung talagang umiilaw sa loob. Okay? So filament becomes so hot that it gave off a light. Okay? So this will be discussed on giving off the light on the ways and means of transferring heat. All right. So those are the three persons that I think it is important in knowing in relation to the discussion of fire. Okay. Moving on, gentlemen and ladies, is that we go to the products of combustion. So on the products of combustion, when you try to burn something, pag tayo ay nagsunog ng isang bagay, no? Pag sinunog natin yung isang bagay, what could be the product? Okay? Ano yung mga makikita natin pag nagsunog tayo ng isang bagay? Okay? It says here, among the following is not a product of combustion. Again, when you say combustion, it's just the same as burning something. You try to burn something. Okay? Susunog tayo ng isang bagay. Okay? It says there, among the following is not a product of combustion. Is not. So when you try to burn something, okay, pag tayo ay nagsunog ng isang bagay, is there a heat? Do we experience heat? So yes. No? We eliminate it. Tanggalin natin yan. Because when you burn something, there is heat. Okay? What else? flame. When you try to burn something or pag tayo ay nagsunog ng isang bagay, okay, meron ba kayong makikitang apoy? Meron. So, it's a product of fire. Okay? Letter C. Okay? When you try to burn something, will it produce light? Of course, di ba? When you try to burn something, there will be light. Okay? Another one, is it D, gas? If we try to burn something, okay, will there be heat? Will there be flame? Will there be light? Or gas? Or none of this? Okay? So the answer there, gentlemen and ladies, is all of those actually will be the products of fire. When you try to burn something, when we try to put certain material on fire, okay, there will be the products of combustion. There will be heat, there will be flame, there will be light, there will be gas. Okay? Let us try to discuss this one by one. On the products of combustion. What are the products of combustion? When you try to burn something, pag nagsunog tayo ng isang bagay, okay, there is heat, flame, fire, gas, smoke, and then light. So, identifying this one by one is that you have here the heat. Diba? Sir, when I try to burn something, when I try to put on fire, pag susunugin ko yung isang, let's say for example, sinunog mo yung panty, o yung underwear, o yung brief ng ex mo, okay, makakaramdam ka ng init doon. Diba? There will be heat. Thus, sabi nga natin, this is the principal contributor that is responsible for the spread of fire. Okay? That's why, by and by, just like what I have mentioned a while ago, is that we will discuss the manner or the heat transfer. How do we transfer heat? Paano natin paano lumilipat ang init? Diba? So, excuse me Yun. So, what are the ways, ng ating transfer of heat? By conduction, convection, and then radiation. Yan ang sabi natin. No? But we will discuss them again, by and by. O pag-uusapan ulit na naman natin yan. No? What else? Pag sinunog mo yung underwear na yun, balik tayo sa underwear ni ex mo na sinunog mo. Siyempre, makakakita tayo ng flame. No? There will be flame. That's why we will discuss by and by the kinds of the flame. Luminous, non-luminous, di ba? Diffuse, laminar, or turbulent. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin ng mga yan? For the flame. Alright? Ano ibig sabihin ng flame? Okay, pagka medyo makalat. Okay? What does it mean if the flame is luminous, non-luminous? No? So, by and by, we'll discuss those one. Okay? Pag yung sinunog mong brief or panty ng ex mo, okay, it will produce smoke. Okay? Some materials that gives off more smoke than others do. So, there are some, sabi nga nila, there are, yung isang bagay, may iba na mausok, yung iba hindi mausok. So, pag yung underwear ng ex mo ay sinunog mo at medyo basa pa yan, siguro medyo nag-uusok-usok lang. Okay? Next is the light. Of course, there is light. Okay? So, early people tries to ignite something to be able to produce light. Okay? And then, of course, gas. Okay? So, meron tayo ng mixture of oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. Okay? Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng soot. Okay? That's why you have the soot. It's because of the gases. Okay? Next topic, gentlemen and ladies, is the components of fire. Okay? So, what are the components of fire or elements of fire? Ito yung lagi niyong sinasabi, which is the triangle of fire. Okay? The triangle of fire or the components of fire. Okay? Basic lang. Tayo. So, the fire triangle, as it says there, it is a triangle. So, it has three sides. Okay? What is again those Those three sides represents the following. It is the oxygen, the heat, and then the fuel. Okay? Remember this fire triangle just shows or tries to show only the elements of producing a fire. Okay? Ang fire triangle, gentlemen and ladies, is that pinapakita lang sa atin kung ano yung mga kinakailangan para makabuo ng sunog. It does not mean to say, my friends, that when we say there is the three elements of fire, there is fire. No? Kasi you see, you have the oxygen. Okay? We have the oxygen, we can breathe, you can breathe there. Okay? Heat. Okay? Saan ba nanggagaling ang heat natin? Kadalasan dyan ay sa mga sa ilaw. Okay? O summer ngayon, mainit. Okay? There's the temperature. Okay? Fuel. You have there the fuel. May papel kayo dyan. Okay? O may nakikita kang hangin dyan. Nakakaramdam ka ng hangin. Okay? Mainit. Panahon. May mga papel dyan. Is there a fire? Okay? May nakikita ba kayong sunog? Wala pa. That's why what I am trying to tell you, my point here, gentlemen and ladies, is that hindi porke pag meron na tayo ng triangle of fire, may sunog. No? Sabi lang dito, ipapakita lang niya ano yung mga kinakailangan natin para pwedeng makabuo ng apoy o sunog. Okay? Again, heat. Okay? You have here the existing fire, kung ambient condition, in cases of high temperatures. Okay? Kung may sunog na yan, o dating may sunog na dyan, so lilipat yung sunog o yung init dyan. Okay? On the other side is that you have the oxygen, yung hangin. So, sabi nga natin, on the percentage wise, ang oxygen ay meron tayong those is 78% nitrogen, actually, air. Okay? 21% oxygen, and then 1% inert gases. Okay? And then on the other side, you have the fuel. Okay? Fuel could be liquid or solid, gas or liquefied petroleum gas. No? Yan yung mga bagay, yan yung mga elements ng fire na sinasabi natin. Okay? Ngayon, ayan sabi ko sa inyo kanina, ang elements of fire ipapakita lang sa atin ano yung mga kinakailangan para magkaroon ng sunog. Pero pag meron kanyang tatlong yan, hindi ibig sabihin may sunog or may apoy. You must first go to the fire tetrahedron. There must be reaction of these three. So, ang teacher ko dati sabi niya, pag may heat, may oxygen, may fuel, may sunog. No, I think it's not. Kasi there should be reaction. Sabi nga ni Anton kanina, it's the rapid combination or reaction of the three, or of the oxidizer and then the combustible matter. Okay? So, these are the three elements of fire. Ngayon, hihimay-himayin naman natin ito. Okay? Let us try to discuss them one by one. So, gusto ko unahin si heat. Okay? We will discuss first heat. Okay? So, first element of fire is again what you call as the heat. Now, what is again heat? This is the energy. Okay? Necessary, or heat is the energy necessary to increase the temperature of the fuel to a point where the sufficient vapors are given off for ignition to occur. Okay? So, how is this again? Okay, paano ulit ito? Sabi natin, heat, okay, is an energy, okay, necessary to increase the temperature of the fuel. Okay. Remember, gentlemen and ladies, it is very important, okay, it is very important that certain combustible matter must be heated. Okay? Importante na ang isang bagay na gusto niyong sunugin ay mapainit ng mapainit. Okay? Because each combustible matter, kada bagay na gusto niyong sunugin, magkakaiba Iba-iba ang kanilang ignition point. Okay? When you speak of ignition point, again, gentlemen and ladies, this is the lowest temperature at which, okay, the burning or the substance or this combustible matter may ignite or may cause ignition. No? So mamaya, i-discuss naman natin pagkakaiba ng ignition point, flash point, at saka fire point. No? So, you need to increase the heat. Now, pagtatanungin kayo sa board examination, do all combustible matter, okay, need to reach or does all, kinakailangan ba? Is it important that all combustible matter must have the same, okay, temperature or ignition point? Okay. The answer there is no. Hindi po lahat ng bagay ay pare-parehas ang ignition point nila. Katulad ng isang manipis na isang pahina ng papel. Okay, one page of paper has lower ignition point than that of a log. O ikumpara mo doon sa isang buong tipak ng kahoy. Mas mataas ang ignition point dapat ng kahoy kaysa yung isang papel. So anong ginagawa natin? We usually increase the temperature. Painitin natin ng painitin yung temperature, yung ng fuel. Okay? Again, when you say fuel, this is the combustible matter. Yung mga bagay na gusto nyo sunugin. Okay? So, papainitin yung fuel hanggang umabot siya sa point. Okay? Ano ulit yung point na yon na sinasabi natin? Ito yung ignition point. Pag gusto mo na masindihan yan, paiinitan mo. Para umabot siya sa point. Anong point yon? Ignition point, sabi natin. Kung papainitan mo pa siya, baka dumating pa siya sa kanyang flash point. Magbabaga na siya. Dadagdagan mo yung init. Dadagdagan natin yung init. We will increase the temperature again. He will go to the next point. What is that next point? Fire point. Na siya, kaya niyang sunugin na yung sarili niya ng tuloy-tuloy. No? That is the point na sinasabi dito. You will increase the temperature of the fuel, okay, to a point where sufficient vapors are given off for ignition to occur. Okay. So what are the sources of heat? Saan tayo pwedeng makakuha ng init? Pwede sa open flame, electric circuit, sparks, hot surfaces, friction, and any other kinds of at iba pang uri ng at iba pang pwedeng panggalingan ng ating heat. Okay? Next element, gentlemen and ladies, is oxygen. Di ba? Sabi natin, oxygen is a colorless, odorless, and tasteless gas that is vital to living organism. No? So it does not have color, it does not have smell sometimes, or usually it does not have taste. Okay? So what is important for us is that for licensure examination, we should be able to identify the oxygen sources. Okay? So it says there 21% of oxygen is air, 78 is nitrogen, and 1% is just inert gases. Just like what I have mentioned kanina, diba? As the second element. Okay. So what are the things that could be asked during board examination that is in relation to oxygen? Okay. They can ask you, or they might ask you during the board examination. Ito. Okay. What is the oxygen? Okay. What is how many percent? Maybe tatanungin diyan. Okay. Oxygen of the oxygen is the required percentage to reach what you call as the fire point. Paano kung tinanong tayo dyan? Ilang percent daw ng oxygen na yan ang kinakailangan para makaabot tayo ng tinatawag nating fire point? 12% bala? Is it 12%? Okay.
21, sir.
14%?
21.
20%? 21%? Or 25%? Okay? So, you have answered 21%. Ano? Okay? So, gentlemen and ladies, on the oxygen requirement of fire, okay, if you just give 12% of oxygen to the burning substances or to the fuel, okay, there will be no fire. If that you will ask you board examination, 12% of oxygen will produce fire. True or false? So you say it's false. It's not true. Okay? If you give 14%, it might cause only flashpoint. Diba? 14, 15, 16, natataasan mo konti yan. It can just give flashpoint. Ito yung time na yung fuel or combustible matter ninyo, nagbabaga lang siya. Okay? Nagbabaga-baga lang. Ngayon, pag hinipan mo yan, diba? Hihipan mo yan. Ang ginagawa ng mga lola niyo sa probinsya, kukuha yan ng hose, diba? Blow. Okay? The percentage of air that comes out there is an equivalent of 21%. Kaya makikita mo yung uling. Yung uling, pag hinihipan mo ng hangin, that is an equivalent of 21% of the air. Aapoy siya. Yan yung tinatawag nating flashpoint. Okay? So, third element, gentlemen and ladies, is fuel. Okay? The third element is fuel. This includes any substances which reacts chemically with oxygen and it can produce flame. Yan. Again, pag wala tayong makitang fuel, gentlemen and ladies, sa board examination, look for combustible material. Combustible, di ba? Kahit anong bagay na pwedeng masunog o pwedeng pwedeng masunog. Okay? Any substance, sabi dyan. So, mamaya, i-discuss natin dyan. Ihimay-himay na naman natin bawat isa dyan. Okay? Tandaan nyo that a fuel must be in a gas state first so that it will react to the oxygen. Okay? Lahat ng susunugin natin bagay, di-discuss ko mamaya yan sa pyrolysis. Okay? Lahat ng mga bagay, bago natin sunugin, may it be solid or liquid, it must convert himself or itself as a gas first. Kaya nga yung lighter, makikita nyo yung lighter, no? Makikita mo yung lighter from liquid form. Okay? Yung flame hindi dugtong mismo sa liquid. Okay? So yung liquid, ibig sabihin, it must transfer itself, okay, to be a gas, then it will produce fire. Kahit yung kahit yung papel na susunugin mo solid yun yung papel. Pag sinunog nyo yan, makita mo, hindi talaga dugtong yung flame niya. Yan, di ba? Hindi magkadugtong talaga yung flame doon sa papel na sinusunog mo. O kaya naman sa kandila. Di ba? Yung kandila may thread sa gitna. Yung thread sa gitna, hindi talaga dugtong yung apoy. May space doon. Diba? That's the space wherein pyrolysis is ongoing. Meaning to say, when you speak of pyrolysis, dito na nagiging gas yung solid, o dito na nagiging gas ang liquid, if that is liquid. Okay. Move on. So, sabi dyan, the presence of these elements therefore just show the requirement to create a fire. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, that this fire triangle only tells us ano yung kinakailangan mo para makagawa ng fire. Parang sabi natin kanina, hindi ka kunyari if you become a police officer, you want to become a police officer soon. Okay? Section 14 only tells us that you must be a Filipino citizen, good moral, must have eligibility, height na ganito, age na ganito. Yan. Meron ka nung requirement, pero hindi ka pa police. Okay? Hindi ka magiging police if you do not apply. Diba? That is just the same as in the fire triangle. So, fire triangle, katulad ngayon, ako dito. Yan. May nakikita kayong papel na hawak ko. Okay? I have here a paper with me. Yan. May papel ako dito. Okay. I have heat. May ilaw dito. Okay. That is heat. There is oxygen. May hangin. But can you see fire? No. You cannot see fire. I must first be able to combine heat, fire, the fuel, and then the oxygen to be able for me to create a fire. Okay? Next. That's why here comes now your fire tetrahedron. Okay? There must be a chemical reaction so that there will be fire. Okay? There will be fire. Okay? Makikita mo dyan, if you can see the presentation, it shows here fuel, the oxygen, and then the heat. That represents the fire triangle. However, there is no fire. There must be the fourth, which is the chemical reaction. Combine nyo muna yan, yung papel, yung oxygen, tamang timpla ng mga yan para makagawa tayo ng fire. It represents the fire tetrahedron. Okay, next. So, fire then will be set. If you have the fire tetrahedron, there will be fire already. Meron na tayong sasabihin sunog. No? Fire then will be set. But before that, burning of the fuel must start with ignition. Okay? Bago sunugin ang isang bagay o bago natin masunog yung isang bagay, kailangan muna niyang maabot yung tinatawag niyang ignition point. Okay? Paabutin muna natin yung isang bagay sa kanyang ignition point. Okay? Ang tanong, question there, how will I reach the ignition point? Okay? Andyan yung second sentence. Sabi niya, to have an ignition point, temperature must be raised. Sabi na, I have here the fuel. No? I have here a fuel. Okay? I want to burn this one. So, dapat maabot niya yung ignition point niya. Paano? I will increase the temperature. Temperature must be raised. Yan, sabi dyan, when the temperature of a certain substance is very high, it can release highly combustible materials called free radicals. Pag pinainitan ko na this paper, okay, if I try to heat this paper until it reaches the ignition point, maglalabas ngayon siya ng tinatawag niyang combustible material. Again, from the word combustible, mga material na masusunog talaga. Magpapalabas siya ng mga material, mga reactions niya, magpapalabas siya ng tinatawag nating free radicals. Okay? Ngayon, si free radical ngayon, ito yung magpapalabas ng vapor. Okay? The vapor, which is the hydrogen gas, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, ito na yung masusunog. Okay? So, I hope it is clear, no? If you try to burn a fuel, if you try to burn something, pag susunugin mo isang bagay, papainitin mo muna to. Okay? You first try to heat this one. Pag pinapainitan mo ng pinapainitan itong bagay na to, then it will reach its ignition point. Okay? Ngayon, para tayo magkaroon ng ignition point, papainitin mo yan. Kasi pag naiinitan nito, itong bagay na gusto mong sunugin, magbubuo siya ng tinatawag niyong free radicals. So that if they will ask you during the board examination, pag tanungin kayo during the board examination, if you try to ignite something, pag pinapainitan mo yan ng pinapainitan, what do you call the materials or what do you call the combustible materials? It is called as free radicals. Ngayon, itong free radicals na ito yung magkakaroon na ng reaction, siya na yung masusunog. Okay? Siya na yung masusunog. Okay? So, pag meron na yan, combustion will be present. Magkakaroon na tayo ng combustion. So, anong tawag mo sa process na yon? What do you call the process? Okay? Before this occur, fuel must change into vapor states. You call it as pyrolysis. So, yung nangyayari na yon, na ang solid ay nagiging gas. Yung pagpalit ng solid para maging gas o yung pagpalit ng liquid para maging gas ay tinatawag nating pyrolysis. We call it pyrolysis. Eh sasabihin na, ganun pala. Pag yung kahoy, pinainitan ko na yung pinainitan, hindi yung kahoy ang nasusunog. Actually, nagdi-decompose muna si kahoy. Magpapalabas siya ng free radicals at si free radicals yung masusunog, yung nag-aapoy na makikita natin. Okay. So, ang tawag doon ay pyrolysis. Sabi ko, yung kanina, no? Another example here. Yan. Ito yung kahoy ni lolo mo. Gusto mong sunugin. So, anong gagawin natin? Okay? You try to ignite. You try to heat. You put the heat. Papainitan mo yan ng papainitan. Okay? You expose the wood to a heat source. Okay? Then, when you try to heat something, ayan, it tries to decompose itself. Okay? Nagkakaroon na ng changes, physical changes or physical properties. Kaya i-discuss natin mamaya yung the physical properties of fire. Yan, kung makikita mo dyan, this is the time wherein the wood tries to change its matter. Okay? It will produce carbon. Okay? It will produce carbon and then sasama yan with oxygen. Okay? Sasama yung carbon with oxygen, there will be carbon monoxide. Okay? Ang tawag natin diyan yung time na magmi-mix yung carbon sa oxygen, hihigop, di ba? Meron yung property of fire na hihigop na siya ng hangin. So yung tinatawag nating oxidation. Okay? Pag hihigupin niya yung hangin, oxidation mo siya. Kakaroon siya ng oxidation. Then, if you try to burn this continuously, okay, meron na tayong chemical decomposition. Okay? Kakaroon na tayo ng decomposition of carbon and then monoxide. It will produce flame, no? So, bubuo siya ng flame. Alright? So, that is what you call as the thermal decomposition. Okay, question. No? So, papainitan mo siya, there will be a reaction, okay, heat, ignition temperatures, fire point to flash point. Okay, flash point to fire point. Okay? So, ito po ang nakikita nyo dyan process is what you call as pyrolysis. Okay. So again, let us try to define pyrolysis. So ano ulit ang pyrolysis, sir? Naintindihan na namin ang pyrolysis. But what's the definition? Pag lumabas yan sa board examination, how will you define pyrolysis? Sabi diyan, no? Okay. Pyrolysis is the chemical process whereby fire consumes the most solid part of the fuel. So it's a chemical process because there is a combination of carbon and then monoxide or any form of matters doon. Okay? Na kung saan, sabi niya dyan is it consumes the most solid part. Dahil sa init, dahil sa prosesong yan, nawawala yung solid. Makita, kung napansin niyo yung ating example a while ago, is that the solid tries to consume itself, tries to change itself, its physical appearance. Okay? Then, another term for pyrolysis is the thermal decomposition. What do you mean by decomposition? Pagkabulok. Di ba? Nabubulok siya o pagkapalit ng anyo niya dahil sa thermal. Because of thermal. What thermal is that? Heat. So, it is the heat decomposition. Pag wala kayong makita, sabi ni sir, ang lecturer namin, pyrolysis is the change of matter. Wala akong makitang change of matter. May nakita ako doon, thermal decomposition. Well, that's also pyrolysis. Okay. Ano ba ang nangyayari? Na nabubulok siya, naaagnas siya dahil sa init. Consuming the most solid part of that fuel. Okay? Another one is this one, the chemical decomposition of a solid through the action of the heat. So it tells us the same point, no? It's a chemical decomposition. So it's just like thermal is the same as chemical. Thermal is because of heat. But on the definition, parehas din yan sa chemical decomposition of solid because of the heat. Okay? Remember, another phenomena that happened there sa ating pyrolysis, yung sinasabi nating hihigop na yung apoy ng hangin. Okay? Yung time na humihigop ng apoy yung hangin tuloy. Hihigop ng hangin yung apoy is what you call as oxidation. The chemical process that involves the loss of electrons by the reactant and corresponding gain. Yun nga lang, no? Ang definition niya dito, the process chemical that involves loss of electrons. Sir, paano ma-explain 'yan? Okay? Ang alam ko ang oxidation, pero pag lumabas yung definition niya, medyo nag-iba na. Okay? So same pa rin 'yan. Sabi niya, loss of electrons. Bakit nagkakaroon ng loss of electrons? 'Di ba? Naaagnas yung kahoy. Nagpapalit anyo siya. Electrons are being the atoms are trying to separate from one another because of the heat. Ngayon, nung maghiwa-hiwalay sila, ayan, sabi diyan, by the reactant. Sino tong si reactant na to? Okay? By the reactant, it is the burning fuel. Yung sinusunog mong bagay. Isang proseso na kung saan nawawalan ng electron, lumalambot, nagpapalit anyo yung isang fuel, yung isang bagay. Yung reactant na yan, siya si reactant, si fuel. And sabi diyan, corresponding gain. Anong corresponding gain na to? Humihigop siya ng hangin. He is trying to gain. He is trying to absorb oxygen. That's what you call as oxidation. Okay. When does oxidation happen? If there is pyrolysis. That this is the time wherein the pyrolysis change the matter and absorbs oxygen. Okay? Oxidation. Next. So, paano nga ulit ang pyrolysis? Sabi natin kanina, pyrolysis first starts from, yan, fuel is heated until the temperature reaches its ignition point. So, fuel, kahit anong bagay, combustible matter, sabi nga natin kanina, na gusto mong sunugin. Paiinitan mo siya ng paiinitan hanggang maabot niya yung ignition point niya. Now, there will be decomposition or decomposition. Okay? Takes place. Moisture is converted into vapor. Okay? So, nagkakaroon na tayo ng vapor. Then, those vapors, okay, will become free radicals. Okay. Now, those free radicals will be the one to go combustion. FR. Yan, FR goes to combustion. So, ano ulit ang tawag natin dito? This is called your pyrolysis. Yan, na kung saan, yung isang bagay na gusto mong sunugin, papainitan mo ng papainitan, that the temperature, okay, there will be decomposition, magiging gas type siya, okay, magiging vapor, okay. Ang tawag natin doon sa vapor na yon, again, gentlemen and ladies, is free radicals. Now, these free radicals will be the one to go on combustion process. Okay? So, another simple illustration of how is the pyrolysis. Okay? So, it's, you can see there, as you can see here, gentlemen and ladies, there is the heat energy tries to bring the wood's ignition point. Okay? So, when the ignition point tries to reaches it tries to decompose itself. Nagpapalit anyo siya. Sabi nga natin kanina, they must undergo pyrolysis. So yan, hihigop siya ng hangin muna. Combination of the vapors and oxygen. You have there the oxidizer, oxidation. Then, it will just produce burning or ignitable burning gases. Okay? So, remember, gentlemen and ladies, things also that you should remember, okay? Condensed phase, if yung apoy ninyo o yung sinusunog nyong bagay ay parang ipit na ipit siya, condensed. Okay? Compact, parang yung uling, di ba? Dikit na dikit siya, yung hangin hindi makapasok-pasok doon sa loob kasi matigas siya, made condensed. Okay? Ang nangyayari sa combustion is glowing combustion. Pagbabaga-baga pa lang yan. Pero pag ang sinusunog mo ay purong gas na siya, purely gas, that is gas phase already, there will be flame. Okay? So pag when you talk about condensed phase, one of the elements of the fire nagkukulang siya. That's why you have the glowing combustion. Pag purong gas na yan, if they will ask you during the board examination, if what I am trying to burn already is pure gas, okay, so it will be just it will be flame. I can see or I can visualize flames. Okay, so pag yung pagsunog mo ng isang bagay ay may kasamang pressure, there will be explosion. Okay, explosion will occur. Okay, pag pagsunog mo ng isang bagay ay may kasamang mabilis or fast or supersonic speed, it is called detonation. So these are the things, or these are the terms that you should remember in our first part of the review. Okay? Alright. Moving on to the next topic. Okay? The next topic will be talking about the manner of ignition. How will you ignite? Diba? Sabi mo, sir, kanina, sindihan natin yung isang bagay para masunog yan. But there are ways of igniting also. Okay? So basically, tells us that there are two. Auto and then mechanical ignition. Dalawa lang ang ating tinatawag na ignition methods or manner of ignition. So, auto ignition at saka mechanical ignition lamang. May tanong dyan. Which of the following stated below, okay, is the manner of ignition if the fire setter makes use of a lighted match? Okay, gumamit siya ng posporo. What do you think is the manner of ignition? So, is it auto ignition, forced ignition, providential ignition? Sabi ko sa inyo kanina that we do not have forced ignition, no? Providential ignition, that is because of God, that is the same or tantamount to auto ignition. O gumamit daw siya ng lighter. Of course, that is mechanical ignition. Okay? Very good. So that is mechanical ignition. Now, there are two kinds or manner of igniting. Dalawang pamamaraan para sindihan ang isang bagay. Meron tayong tinatawag dyan na auto ignition point at mechanical ignition point. Okay? For the auto ignition point, it tells us that the substance, these are the time wherein substance, or these are the time wherein fuel automatically burns without any human or mechanical intervention. From the word auto, no? He tries to burn himself alone. Sir, what are the instances when there is auto ignition point? You know, in California, okay, where before Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor, diba? In California, the temperature can reach up to the ignition point of the grass there. Ignition point of the the woods there. Kaya nga problema nila lagi sa California is the forest fire. Okay? Why? Because of too much heat. Okay? That the woods there, that the leaves, yung mga kahoy doon, yung mga damo doon ay maaabot niya halos yung kanyang sa tuloy-tuloy na pag-init ng panahon, naaabot nila yung ignition point nila. So pag naabot nila yung ignition point nila, then there will be flash point, there will be fire point. Magkakaroon ng sunog, conflagration for that matter, or forest fire. Okay? Mechanical ignition point, on the other hand, tells us that the substance or the fuel does not automatically burn without human or mechanical intervention. So from the word mechanical or from the word mechanic, machine. So there is the intervention of human. So for example, nilighteran niya, okay, pinainitan niya, sinasadya niya painitan para magkasunog. That is what you call as mechanical ignition point. Okay? On the mechanical ignition point. Okay? So, gentlemen and ladies, I would try to go back to the difference between fire tetrahedron and fire triangle. Okay? Fire triangle and then fire tetrahedron is different in a manner wherein sa fire triangle, makikita natin dito, gentlemen and ladies, on fire triangle, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, it just show, okay? It's just trying to show, bakit ganun? It's just trying to show the elements. So, ito, showing the flaming combustion, sustained and then controlled. Okay? So, sa fire tetrahedron, fire tetrahedron, mayroon na tayong flaming. So, wait lang ang arrow. Okay? Ito naman, yung nasa kabila, yung smoldering mode or surface mode, okay? Fire triangle yan. It shows the requirement to produce fire. So, nagbabaga siya, smoldering or surface mode. Pag fire tetrahedron na yan, flaming mode, meaning to say, tagtutuloy-tuloy na yung pagsunog niya. Okay? Sige. Next topic, gentlemen and ladies, will be on the fire conceptualization. Okay? Saan nagsimula yung tinatawag nilang apoy? Okay? Saan nagsimula? Palagay natin paano nagsimula ang tinatawag nating fire. Okay? So let us first discuss on the mythologies. Sa kwentong mga barbero tayo mag-uusap. Okay? So sabi-sabi ng iba na ang sunog or apoy ay nagsimula sa istorya ng dragon. Okay, isang dragon, isang hero at isang bato. Okay, paano yan, sir? On the Persian, okay, Middle East literatures, sa kwento ng mga taga Middle East, nagkaroon daw ng fire, okay, because there is the dragon, okay, who tried to fight someone, or this is the hero. Ngayon, nung nagpaapoy yung dragon, tumama sa hero, ang ginawa ng hero ay nakaya niyang ma-prevent yung fire na pinalabas ng dragon, tumama tuloy sa bato. Okay? And then, pag nung tumama sa bato, ayun, tumama ngayon sa mga tao, kaya may apoy. Yan. That's according to Persian literatures, no? Hindi ko yan kwento. Okay? Meron naman tayong Greek mythology. Sa kwento ng mga Greek naman, sabi nila, this fire is just a gift from Prometheus. Okay? You know, the Greek mythology believes in gods and goddesses. Naniniwala sila sa mga Diyos at Diyos-Diyosan. So, Prometheus is the goddess of fire, actually. No? Prometheus is the goddess of fire. Now, Prometheus, that's why kayo daw, knows how to do or create a fire already because this is a gift from the God. Niregalo daw niya sa inyo, sa atin. Okay? Others, on religion, sometimes they make use of this, fire as a symbol of, or sometimes they make use of this fire as gods. Okay? And then yung sa Temple of Vesta naman, the Vestal Virgins in Rome, okay? The Temple of Vesta, doon daw nakukuha, doon daw nakalagay yung mga fire. So kukunin na lang mga tao doon. Okay? So these are just the stories, no? These are just the stories of how is fire was conceptualized.